The National Library of the Philippines. Here are the function, division, and collection of the NLP. The National Library of the Philippines is currently being reorganized following the approval of its rationalization plan in September 26, 2007.
Filipiniana. The Filipiniana Division of the National Library of the Philippines is the official repository of the country's printed and recorded intellectual and cultural heritage. The following are its sections: general books, rare books and manuscripts, serials, special collections, government publication, multimedia, and conservation section. Functions: organizing, servicing, and preserving all forms of Filipiniana materials in the library. Preparing guides to the various collections to facilitate easy access and retrieval. Managing and developing all sections attached to it. The growth of Filipiniana collections since the formal establishment of the National Library of the Philippines has been tremendous. Rare books and other special collections of notable Filipinos such as Dr. Jose Rizal, President Quezon, and President Garcia, and collections of historical documents such as Philippine Insurgent records are now considered cultural heritage of the Philippines. Reference: the Reference Division is the primary reading room for foreign information resources in printed and electronic formats. General clients include children, adults, and persons with disabilities or PWD who find their way around the library with ease. Special collections, which consist of publications in book and serial formats written in vernacular language, is also part of the resources. The division provides access service to these information resources and other related services through the following sections: Asia and Oceania section, AOS, Children's section, CS, General Books section, GBS, Foreign Serials and United Nations Publication section, FS, Library for the Blind section, LBS. Functions: maintains reading room for foreign books and serials, United Nations publications, braille and large print collections, as well as children resources. Organizes the collection for easy access and retrieval. Provides services for children. Conducts outreach program for children. Provide information services for persons with disabilities.
Public Libraries Division. National Library of the Philippines, or the NLP, acts as central node of the country's public library system through the Public Libraries Division. It is responsible in linking public libraries, particularly in terms of information system and service orientation. Here are the four functions of Public Libraries Division. First is discharge the public library function of the National Library of the Philippines. Second, plans and conducts training programs, meetings, seminars, and conferences for public librarians. Third, provides guidance and technical assistance to local government units in the establishment, develop and maintenance of public libraries and book mobiles in the province, cities, municipalities, and barangays throughout the country. And last, selects, evaluates, and allocates book and other library materials for distribution to all affiliated public libraries all over the country. In short, the primary purpose of the public library are to provide resources and services in a variety of media to meet the needs of the individuals and groups for education, information, and personal development, including recreation and leisure. The Collection Development Division. The Collection Development Division, or the CDD, performs a central role in the delivery of basic library services, as collection development is a core service in all libraries and is the basis of the entire library service program. Here are the 5 functions of Collection Development Division. First is selects and evaluates library materials for acquisition to enrich and expand the collection of National Library of the Philippines and affiliated public libraries all over the country. Next is performs mechanical organization of library materials. Third, maintains exchange program with both local and foreign institutions. Fourth, evaluates, receives, and acknowledges gifts and donations. And last, implements the provisions of Presidential Decree number 812 or the Legal and Cultural Deposit Law and the Republic Act number 8293 or the Intellectual Property Code. In short, the selection and evaluation of books and other library materials are among the main functions of the Collection Development Division. However, librarians from the reading rooms of National Library of the Philippines and public librarians in the field also provide input and recommendations as to the books and other library materials to be acquired based on the needs of their respective client.
Catalog Division. Catalog Division is responsible for the organization of the collection. Silang responsible pagdating sa mga collections na na-acquire natin through purchase, copyright, legal deposits, gifts and exchange, donation, and reproduction. Here are the functions of the Catalog Division. Provide centralized cataloging service. So nagpo-provide sila ng cataloging service for the National Library at sa iba pang public libraries na nasasakupan nito. Maintain NLP's Online Public Access Catalog or the OPAC bibliographic records. Provides bibliographic entries in the NLP's Philippine National Bibliography or the PNB publications. Develops and implements technical policies, procedures, and standards. Nag-i-implement din sila and nagdi-develop din sila ng mga policies, rules, and regulations, and standards in cataloging for the use of the library. Provide consultative cataloging service to other library, especially to public libraries. Conducts actual in-service training sa mga library professionals, paraprofessionals, and LIS interns or yung mga nag-OJT sa library na graduating students na nagtitake ng Bachelor of Library and Information Science. And last functions of the Catalog Division is provides cataloging in publication program o nagpo-provide sila sa mga nation's libraries sa pamamagitan ng pagkakatalog ng mga aklat or other library resources in advance of publication. Bibliographic Services. Bibliographic Services is one of the technical divisions of the National Library of the Philippines. So here are the functions of the Bibliographic Services. Maintain and update Philippine National Bibliography and e-National Union Catalog. Provide online periodical indexing. So nagpo-provide sila ng mga online periodical indexing ng mga current Filipiniana, foreign serials, at mga special collections with a systematic arrangement. Serve as the National Center for International Standard Serial Number or the ISSN, International Standard Book Number or the ISBN, and International Standard Music Number or the ISMN. Maintain comprehensive and authoritative national bibliographic records of every item of literature. So, nag-maintain din sila ng mga national bibliographic records ng bawat item ng literature na na-issue sa country natin according sa international standards nila. And also the last function is promote international networking with other countries, particularly in the Southeast Asia region, and provide interlibrary loan or the IL of all library materials at reasonable cost and reasonable time. So here are the bibliographic services na meron tayong makikita sa library, which is the ISBN o the International Standard Book Number, ISSN International Standard Serial Number, ISMN International Standard Music Number, and IL, the Interlibrary Loan.
Information Technology. The Information Technology Division was created during the rationalization of National Library of the Philippines in 2007. It was envisioned to implement communication technologies and information for the NLP. The following are the functions of information technology. First, manage and maintain the ICT and information system of NLP. Second, manage and maintain the NLP and Philippine e-data centers. Third, provide trainings for staff. Fourth, provide service support for National Library of the Philippines. And last, perform ICT research and development activities in support of the goals of NLP. The Finance and Administrative Policy. The Finance and Administrative Division was responsible for implementing and executing policies relative to organization and function of National Library of the Philippines. It exercises the supervision over the following sections: accounting, personnel, budget and fiscal, property and supply, maintenance, and security.
Research and Publications. This division is responsible primarily for undertaking research on work of individuals identified with arts and cultures. It publishes the Philippine National Bibliography, Research Guide Series, special bibliographies, newsletter, and annual reports. And this is also responsible for the cultural events and exhibits hosted by the National Library of the Philippines. Research and Publications Functions. Undertake the publication of historical materials of National Library of the Philippines for preservation and posterity. They also prepare the manuscript for publications based on studies made by the Technical Services sections of the Bibliographic Services Division. Ang Research and Publications, they are responsible to gather, evaluate, and edit materials for publications. Sila din yung nagpe-prepare ng National Library of the Philippines Annual Report, brochures, flyers, and programs for special events. Office of the Director. Number 1. Formulates and exercises the executive functions of planning, administration, and enforcement of National Library of the Philippines policies and regulations. Number 2. Manage, organize, directs, and supervises the overall operations of the National Library of the Philippines. Number 3. Implements orders from the Office of the President and directives from the National Commission for Culture and the Arts. Number 4. Performs the functions of the National Library of the Philippines as a national library and central node for public libraries in the country. Number 5. Represents the National Library of the Philippines in local and international meetings and conferences. Ang Office of the Director, sila yung nagmamanage at nagsusupervise sa overall operations ng National Library of the Philippines. Sila din yung nag-i-implement ng mga order galing sa matataas. Example is the Office of the President and directives sa National Commission for Culture and the Arts. At sila din yung nagre-represent ng National Library of the Philippines, hindi lang dito sa bansa natin kundi international din.